That's nice. So yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to today's joint webinar with Aiven. So yeah, it's very excited to see new and old community members joining today, and it's very exciting news for Dragonfly, I suppose for Aiven as well, and as well as for the community. Because we had like a product announcement on the Aiven side, Aiven for Dragonfly. We're going to talk about the whole service in detail later. But yeah, it's basically what we're gonna cover today. And yeah, I hope it's exciting for everyone here. And yeah, as I mentioned, today we're gonna have this webinar titled as Aiven for Dragonfly, Redis scalability issue solved. So yeah, this is our topic today, and we're gonna dive into this whole thing like in detail. But before that, as the attendees can see, we have a special guest, Sebastian Stebby, yeah, from Aiven today, and yeah, it's very exciting to have Stebby over here. Stebby, do you want to introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, let me introduce myself quickly. Thank you, Joe. So I'm Sebastian Blanc, but my nickname is Sebi. I'm half French, half Dutch. That's why I have this weird accent. I'm a staff developer advocate at Aiven. You will know, if you don't know what Aiven is, you will know in a few minutes. If you don't know what a developer advocate is, well, my role is to make developers happy. That I build relationships with developers. And I do that by doing webinars right now, like now, or going to conferences, creating content, creating cool demos. I'm based in France, and I have 5 cats, 2 kids, 1 wife. Yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Sebi. It's yeah, it's very nice. It's very exciting to have you here. And yeah, look at that, your experience. As many of the community members may know, next up is me. I'm Joe, and I'm also a developer advocate at Dragonfly. And yeah, I guess Sebi is one of my role models right now. You know, he's been probably doing this for 10 years, something. I've
Yeah,
been doing
exactly.
this for cool. I've been doing this for 8 months, but I believe that you know, for both of us, before we do the advocacy role, we were developers, right? So yeah, it's legit. We know developers, and we try to make developers happy by you know, showing off or maybe introducing, exploring like new platforms and technologies. So cool. That's the brief intro for us over here, and let's dive into the actual presentation of today. So yeah, a quick recap of what Redis is. So yeah, we're talking about you know, Dragonfly, even for Dragonfly, but Dragonfly, we consider ourselves as part of the Redis community as well. So Redis is like probably the most popular in-memory data store on Earth, right? So if you ever work on backend, it's very likely that you have used Redis, you know, as a caching layer, as something else, like you know, in your code you use like those Redis commands. So yeah, I guess that's it's been used in like countless backend applications. So yeah, very famous and robust, mature technology. So yeah, basically that's what Redis is. The most popular in-memory store. And then why do we, so there's Redis, so why did we build Dragonfly, right, in the first place? So what's the reason behind it? So to me, like, we all love Redis, but it's a technology that's written like 13 years ago, right? So some of the design decisions by then, they may like make total sense, but today in like modern cloud era, and you look at public cloud, you look at the servers, like those multi-core based machines, right? So yeah, we see that there's definitely this opportunity, right? So Dragonfly, we try to keep the same developer experience for you. So if you use Dragonfly, you should have like almost the same, I would say, not 100%, but maybe 99.9% same experience using Dragonfly. It's going to be the same as using Redis. But on the other hand, we try to let the system like automatically scale vertically on your multi-core servers, right? So on the DevOps side of the things, DevOps side of things, it's going to be much easier. So yeah, that's the mission we have. We try to make the same developer experience, but much better operations experience. And yeah, let's dive a little bit more in detail see like what I mean by that, right? So as I mentioned, Dragonfly is a community-driven source available project. We're currently at 23.5K GitHub stars. Thank you all so much. As of today, so it's designed to fully utilize your multi-core modern hardware, right? So based on our recent benchmarks, we are able to achieve 6.43 million operations per second. Those are like get and sets operations. So should be the most commonly used ones, right? So on that AWS C7G and 16x large instance, we are able to achieve 6.43. That is about a 60% increase compared to our previous round, which was 4 million, and it was on the C6GN 16x large, right? So yeah, obviously in between these two benchmark rounds, we have like more features, we have more optimization, but the underneath overall architecture stayed the same, right? So pretty much it means that we take the same piece of code and we run it on a larger machine. It's it is able to fully utilize that. It's able to kind of being adaptive, and it advances with the hardware. So that's the goal and kind of one of the huge design principles behind Dragonfly, right? So yeah, it scales with your hardware. And also based on our test, Dragonfly is comfortable managing like up to 1 TB in memory data. So yeah, to us, that kind of covers the vast majority of the use cases there. Yeah, but if it's not even that, if it's not enough for you, we have our multi-node cluster mode as well, and we're actively developing the dynamic, resharding, auto horizontal scaling capability as well. Yeah, so that's the numbers I want to share. I personally find them quite impressive, and yeah, it's a strong. And we try to be the fastest in-memory data store on ours right now. Cool. And compatibility wise, we are 100% compatible with Redis and Memcached. Memcached is kind of a bonus. And yeah, if you have like Memcached system, you can try to migrate to Dragonfly as well. We do support Memcached mode. And as of today, we have more than 240 Redis commands supported as well. So that covers, yeah, that should cover again the vast majority of workloads as well. And we don't follow like the version of Redis. So we don't implement, say, the commands from V1 and V2, V3. That's not the case. We follow like what the requirements from the community, right? So if something is like popular and being asked a lot in the community, we tend to implement those companies first. So yeah, you're very welcome to join our community as well. And hardware efficiency wise, we were able to, because Dragonfly is able to utilize your hardware like more efficiently. So we see sometimes we see similar systems, like similar workloads, but up to 50% cost savings in your server cost. We do have primary replica for high availability. And as I mentioned, we do have like a very active community on GitHub and Discord. So yeah, find us at dragonflydb.io, and there are links to these places, so you can find us. And yeah, enough talking. I think I'm gonna do.
Oh, time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a very quick demo in terms just to show like really like the compatibility. So I'm gonna try to leave more time for Sebi for for more exciting cloud-based demo, but I'm gonna do one local one first to focus, which is focused on the compatibility side of things, right? Cool. So currently I have like this terminal ready, and as you can see, the left window over here is connecting to localhost port 6379, which is a Redis server, right? And on my right-hand side, I have another Redis CLI client connecting to localhost 6380, which is a Dragonfly server. So let's double check the information. So on the left-hand side, let's say I have info server. As you can see, it is indeed a Redis server, version 6, right? And let's see if we have any keys just in case. By the way, don't run keys and the FlushDB in your production instance. It's not, yeah, they're dangerous. But for this demo purpose, I think it will be fine. So yeah, as you can see right here, I have like a few keys here just for demo purpose on this Redis instance, right? From key 1 to key 5, they're all simple string keys over here. And on the Dragonfly side of things, first off, again, let's confirm that this is a Dragonfly server. As you can see, it's a Dragonfly 115. We keep some of the Redis output for compatibility reasons, but this is indeed a Dragonfly server. And let me make sure that there's nothing. Oh, this is a replica, so no. Let me do that first and see if I can fetch. Now, cool. So yeah, so currently this Dragonfly server, it has no keys and it is Dragonfly, and it is a replica of no one. So currently it should be replication. It's not sure what's going on right here. Let me check my images. That's weird. Sorry about that. Let's try again. Redis UI. Cool. So info replication. Yeah, I guess I did something. So I did something before. So it's trying to attach itself as a replica, after restarting. But yeah, if that's the case, that's fine as well. Let's see. So yeah, so after restarting my Dragonfly instance, right, it's automatically tries to make itself as a replica, as the role, and it's replicating from this host and 3679, which is supposed to be the Redis server I have over here, right? So if that's the case, that means that yeah, it has the same keys as the Redis instance. So yeah, although I think I have some glitch in terms of demo over here. The demo guide is not quite with me today, but I hope you see that, for two things. Like first, I'm using Redis CLI, right, which is a Redis client SDK, but it has no problem talking with this Dragonfly server. So in your code, it's the same thing. In your code, no matter what programming languages you're using, the Redis client you're using, it will work with Dragonfly as well, because they're wire protocol compatible. That's the first thing. The second thing is that after restarting, the Dragonfly server tries to be a replica of this Redis server, right? And before the shutdown of last time, I did do flush DB, so it has no keys, right? But after it came back as the replica, it is able to replicate all these 5 keys from this Redis server, right? That also so those two things, like the Redis CLI and the replication from a Redis server. So those two things kind of show how Dragonfly, the compatibility of Dragonfly. So yeah, so as a developer, you shouldn't change anything in your code except for the connection string. Cool. That's it for me. Yeah, maybe Sebi, you want to take over?
Yeah, let me take over the share. Oh, yeah, you have to stop your share before. Yeah, okay.
Cool. Please try again.
Let me go here, share desktop too. And you should see my screen share now. Okay.
Yes, I'm able to. Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Joe, for this cool demo. And but you notice that he was running that locally, okay? Because you can run that locally. Everyone can, because it's open source and you can just download it, build it if you want, and run it. But at one point, things get real, and you have to go to production. And so the question is, where will you be able to host the Dragonfly server, service cluster, whatever? But anyway, so you need to deploy your Dragonfly server somewhere. And well, one solution, and because I work at Aiven, of course, I will talk to you about Aiven, is our data platform. Okay, but let's talk just a little bit about data. Let me just go in slide show mode, because that will be better. Okay, so let's talk a bit about data. What can you do with data? Data is crucial, data is king. Data contains all your business value, so it's really important. But you can do several things with your data. You can persist it, like in a traditional database. You can cache it, like in a Dragonfly server. You can process it, and you can stream it, basically. That is what you can do with your data. And then for each of those areas here, let's take caching, for instance. For each of those you have to choose, well, one kind of implementation. Will it be Redis? Will it be something else? It should be Redis based, okay, protocol based. Then you have to decide where you host it, on-prem, on a cloud service, okay. Then you have to make sure it's reliable, scalable, if you expect a lot of traffic. And you also have to manage the whole upgrade and security part of it. Okay, so that is just for one project. Okay, imagine, and that is just for caching. You have to do the same for caching, for persisting, streaming, processing. Okay, you can do that all by yourself. Okay, but wouldn't it be nice if you had one entry point to handle all your data concerns? And that is exactly what Aiven is. Aiven is your trusted open source data platform. Okay, instead of dealing with this, like you see here, different cloud providers, you have to deal with the backups, with the security, the updates, etc., the scaling up and down. Well, you just go to Aiven, okay, and we provide everything for you. Go from streaming to storing to analyzing to caching, okay, all in one single place. Basically, how does it work concretely? So you have the choice between 12 different products, and I just realized I forgot to update this slide because here there should be also Dragonfly. But let's imagine, though I don't spoil you the rest, Dragonfly is there as well, but we have only open source products and we only use upstream versions. That means we don't take a version and we tweak it and you are locked in with this version with this. No, you basically, if you have your Postgres running locally, you can expect to have exactly the same version on Aiven platform. So we have a lot of different things. We have Kafka, Flink. Flink is awesome for stream processing. We have Cassandra, of course, the classic Postgres MySQL, Redis and Dragonfly. ClickHouse. ClickHouse is a really impressive product. If you never tried it, it's a columnar-based database, and you can do crazy things with that. Working with millions and millions of rows, you can perform some queries and it just appears. It's like black magic for me. The host, that's really important. You decide on which cloud provider you want to host service, okay? You have the main ones here, AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, DigitalOcean. We also have Oracle. You can use your own account. If you have an AWS account, we call that bring your own cloud, okay? That's possible. But otherwise, if you don't have one, don't worry, you will be using our big account and we manage everything for you. How do you deploy? How do you manage all your services? Well, I will show you a demo right now using the web console, okay? Because it makes a lot of sense. It's really visual. But in a real life situation, you won't probably using the web console. We have for that, of course, a Terraform provider. We have a really nice Kubernetes operator. So if your whole infra workloads are already using Kubernetes, you can just drop in the operator and he will provide all the custom resources for you for the Aiven sources, and you just apply your custom resource and all the magic is there. We have a REST API and CLI. A lot of integration because those products can be integrated together, like Kafka can have a Kafka Connect that listens to a Postgres, for instance. And because we are all hosting that together, we make it easy for you to integrate all of this, okay? Some of the cool stuff that you can do, because you decide at one point on which cloud you want to deploy your service, let's say your Dragonfly service, and for some reasons you need to migrate to another cloud. You know, your bosses have been playing golf together, and one was from Microsoft, and he decided that you have to move all your workloads to Azure. Okay. He calls me, Sebi, can you do that? Oh, yeah, I can do that. Literally, it will take me 2 clicks. I select the new cloud, I click on migrate, and that's it. Okay, and maybe I will do that live. So basically, to sum up, an open source data infrastructure management platform. We have support, of course. We are secured, no downtime. Just try it out. At the end of this presentation, I will give you a QR code where you can create an Aiven account. No credit card ask, and with this special QR code, you will have, on top of the $300, you will have $100, or you will have $400 to play with all the sources. Okay. Before I show you the console, a few words about open source because it's really important, open source at Aiven. And for me, it's really important. Open source is running through my blood for more than 2 decades now. We provide open source products, but we also contribute to them, okay? We have core committers on Postgres, on Kafka, on Cassandra, on ClickHouse, on Dragonfly, and so we help reviewing PRs, adding new features, fixing bugs, growing the community, etc. You might recognize some of the projects here. So we have core committers there, and maybe you don't know this one, Clo. This is our own project. We have also some open source project that we open source, of course. One is Clo, that is for Kafka governance, and we have another one called Carapace, which is for it's a registry for Kafka. It also enables doing REST over Kafka, which is really useful. Okay, let me show you the console. And then I will talk to you a bit about Dragonfly. Oh, I've been signed out. That is an interesting stuff. Okay, let's I will sign in later. Anyway, that is my console here. Okay, I go here to my project, and you can see I have already a few services running here. And how complicated is it to provision a new service? Let's do it. So you can see here I have a big blue button, create service. Here I pick my service, okay? And let's go for Dragonfly because it's all about Dragonfly. I choose here my cloud provider. So let's go maybe on AWS, okay? Then I select my region. Let's see if there are regions close to me. France, there we go. And then I can choose a plan. Depending on what I want to do, I can have a starter plan, really cheap here, okay? And I can go to a premium plan. I could choose that. That's quite pricey. My manager won't be happy if I choose that. So let's go for just a regular one. This one, I give it a name. Let me see, live webinar. There we go. And I hit create, and that's it. I'm done. My service is getting created here. You can see here the nodes are getting provisioned. So here it's setting up a VM in the cloud provider that I choose. And in 1 or 2 minutes, I should be able to have my service. Okay. Well, the health here. You can set up a VPC. I will mention that, but let me show you the cloud migration stuff, for instance. So let me take this Kafka that I provisioned a few days ago. And this one is running. Let me see. Oh, there we go. my PC, my Mac was having a hard time. But let me see, service creation, service plan, change, migrate cloud. Here we go. Actually, I'm on Azure in Australia, okay? But for some reasons, I need to move to AWS. Okay, so I click here. I pick, again, the region. Let's go for Germany. And I do migrate. I'm done, okay? That will migrate my Kafka cluster to the new cloud. And I won't have any downtime because what will happen here, you can see it, that are my 3 nodes on Azure. And he's setting up a new node on AWS. And when this node is ready, he will slowly migrate to the new node, okay? So that is how easy it is. Here I did it with the console, but of course you can do that with the operator or the Terraform provider. In the Terraform, you just change your cloud provider, you do a Terraform apply, and that's it. Okay, so as you imagine, we are here together because you can now choose Dragonfly as one of our services on Aiven. And the question is, well, why? Because Dragonfly is awesome, first of all. It also provides a lot of cool features that were available in Redis Stack Cloud that we were not allowed to use, but that Dragonfly implements, like vector search and JSON support and all this stuff like that. We can have that now on Aiven. And that makes me, as a developer advocate, really happy because I can make even more nice demos. But also because of the performance, we had some customers complaining about the current Redis that we had, and they want something more powerful. Okay, so it has been 3 weeks now that we announced that. Really funny. We announced that the day before Redis announced the license change. That was really funny. But anyway, you benefit from all the awesomeness from Dragonfly and all the awesomeness from the Aiven platform. Okay, so basically, the whole robustness, the scalability that we have at Aiven, the whole SRE teams doing the support, etc., making sure that things works. That applies to Dragonfly as well. Okay, so for our customer that really need advanced performance, that are operating on really large scale stuff, well, we can offer them now Dragonfly, and they can benefit from our whole backup system, the integration with other services. Maybe you want to use your Dragonfly as a sync of, I don't know, of a Flink job that reads stuff from one topic, from a Kafka topic, do some transformation, and you want to store that in a Redis. Could be, I don't know, I'm working on a demo currently. I'm reading the positions of the public transport in Helsinki that gives me the longitude, the latitude. I do some transformation and I send that to a Dragonfly, what will have geo support, and I can do really cool stuff because of that. We have also the other reason, and it's not only performance, it's also high availability, even if high availability is part of performance. I showed you the different plans that you can choose, though for each of those plans are attached some more or less powerful backup plans. I won't read this slide because it's a really boring slide, but just to let you know that we are there for you. You are always with a safety net with Aiven. Okay. Time for demo again. So let me see. Let me go back to the console here. So let me first see if our Dragonfly that we provisioned just before, look, it's almost there. It's rebalancing. It's just a matter of a few seconds. The nodes are ready. But I can take this one here that I provisioned yesterday. And just like Joe showed you, it's just like, it can really be a drop-in replacement of any other Redis server. Beginning from how you can connect to it. So you can just use the Redis CLI. Joe showed you that, but let me do it again. Here we have a quick connect. And if I grab this here and I go here and I connect, there we go. I'm now connected and I can do a set cb.1 key and the value is hey from the webinar, something like that. Okay, and if I do a get cb1, I should have the response. Okay, so this regular stuff. I should have some keys here. Yeah, I have a lot of other keys, and that is part of the demo that the other demo I'm going to show you, because these are really simple commands, just to show you that it works exactly the same. That is the CLI, but again, like when I was telling you, now you need to go to production. When you are in production, you won't be probably using the CLI. It's probably an app that will be using, consuming, producing to your Dragonfly server. So I have another small demo here. Let me shift here. Okay, there we go. This is a pretty simple app that I built a few days ago. Basically, it's and it's really funny. I typed that in TypeScript, and I'm a Java developer, but I'm using here a special framework called Spin that can wrap TypeScript or Rust or Go. So I had to pick one. I went for TypeScript that can wrap that into a WebAssembly binary, and we can upload that to the Fermions cloud, and there it will run really fast. And yeah, I wanted to play with it. And they have support for outbound Redis, so writing to Redis. I say, hey, that's a perfect opportunity to play with it. And they also have support for AI sources to do some generative AI. And of course, everyone is showing generative AI, and I'm having a lot of fun with generative AI. So I decided to build a small chatbot. But you should know that an LLM by design is stateless. It has no memory. So if you ask a chatbot, hey, my name is Sebi, and then the second prompt is, hey, can you tell me your name and my name? You won't be able to respond because it has no memory. The way to solve that is to provide context to your prompt, okay? Most of the implementation that we can see, like LangChain, etc., are using an in-memory context, okay? But in memory of your program. And I was thinking it would be nice to use Redis or Dragonfly as memory manager for your chatbot. That means that you can start talking with your bot, okay, and the context get persisted in Redis in a set of keys, sorted sets, etc. And the next day you can come back and you can continue the conversation, okay. And also because Dragonfly is so powerful, you can have millions of different sessions, and your chatbot should just behave the same. So that is what I did. For now, I'm using here a regular Redis, okay, Redis webinar, okay. So if we just go back here to the console, if we go here, Redis webinar, okay. So that's a Redis, an Aiven for Redis. I'm using this. Let me check if the application is running. Yeah, the application is running. And what I can do, I just want to increase the window size here. Why don't I see the small bar to? Oh, now that's too much. There we go. Okay, so how can I talk with my bot? I just expose a endpoint. I can do curl, and I give a context. I say you are a helpful bot that helps learning mathematics. You give me simple answers, and you can test my knowledge. And I say, hi, I'm Seb. Can you help me learning equations? So let me send this, and that is sent to the LLM. Okay. And he should reply if the demo gods are with me. Give me, there we go. Hi, Seb. Prompt, I said the reply. Hey, Seb, of course, I'll be happy to help you learn equation. What specific topic or concept are you struggling with? Okay. So by the way, it gives me back an ID. Okay. So now I can use this ID to get in the session, and that ID is used in Redis. Okay. So if I say I want to learn. I'm really lazy, though. I go for my history here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's a bit too much. And my computer is really slow. I don't know if it's if it's if it's Zoom that is okay. So here I can say basically, come on, he's struggling. I hope it's not lagging for you. There we go. And I say I want to learn about, let's go, linear equations. Okay. And that's it. And now he's using the memory. So he's going to Redis, pick up the context, the previous prompts and replies. So he can give all the context to the bot. Okay. And he should say, hey, great choice. Linear equations are the fundamental concept in mathematics. And he even gives me some exercises that I can solve. Okay. Cool. Let's see if something happened here. I should be still connected. No, let me connect. No, you know what? Let's do this. Let's replace this Redis here. Let's remove that. And let's use the Dragonfly that I have provisioned just before. Hopefully it's ready now. So let me go there. Okay, let me go to my console. Let me go to the projects, and it's running, so cool. I can take the one that I just created before. I grab the URL here. I go back here to my code, and I paste that here. Okay, and then I have one extra thing to do because WebAssembly is pretty sandbox and secure, so I have just to tell him that this URL is a trusted one. Okay, so it's pretty easy. Okay, let me replace that. Cool. Let me go back to my project here. Let me build it again. So I do a spin build. That should build my project, and optimizing the WASP binary. Okay, and then I do a spin up, and it's running again. See how fast it was to start? Okay, and now I can start again. And let me clear this, and let me start again with the first curl that we did. You are a helpful bot helping learning mathematics. Let's go. And let's see what happens. So I got a reply. You can see that the ID is 1. Okay, that means it's a fresh Dragonfly server. That was the first key inserted, so it's 1. And here I can say, okay, let me learn about linear equation. And here I have just to set the ID to 1. Okay. And that should be good. Okay, great choice again. Let's make sure he has memory. So let him ask. I told him that my name was Seb. So if I say, what is my name? What is my name? Hopefully you won't hallucinate, hey, your name is Seb. Okay, so here we have the proof that it's working. And I can show you some code, and then we will dive into the quickly into the connect to the server, to the Dragonfly server. But you can see here, if I go to my memory functions, I do some Redis set, I do some Z range, I do some where is that Z card, incrementing, that is to keep an ID, to create the ID. So I'm using quite a lot of Redis commands, and it's just working exactly the same as before. I just do a drop-in replacement, and I could have millions of people using this chat that should just behave really well. If I go back here and I try to connect, let me connect to this. Let me open a new one. Let me connect to my Dragonfly. And if I do my keys here, I should have my keys. And if I do a Z range, let me go through the the history Z range. You can see here I get my history with scores and etc. Okay, so it's just working exactly the same. I will share, if you're interested by this demo, it's a bit out of scope, but I just released a blog post today explaining all of this. Okay, and I will share that in the chat. Let me go back to the slides, because I think so as I told you, if you were excited about the presentation and about the Aiven platform and you want to try it out right now, just scan this, okay, or go to this URL. It's pretty easy. Go.aiven.io dragonfly-webinar, or flash this, and that will bring you to the registration page. Again, no credit card asked, and you will get a lot of credits to play with Dragonfly, but not only Dragonfly, you can also try out Kafka or ClickHouse. Please try out ClickHouse, because it's so crazy. And yeah, let us know what you think about it. And yeah, that's it. I'm checking the questions. We don't have any other question here, and nothing in the chat, I believe. So I think we can quietly, let me see the chat now. The chat is empty. I think we can close this webinar. Yeah,
Cool.
thank you. It was super cool to do that with you. I guess there will be a replay available, and it will be uploaded to your YouTube channel. Is that right?
Yes, it will be. So this session recording will be available on Dragonfly's YouTube channel. Also, we do have like events page on Dragonfly homepage as well. You know, when this is a upcoming events, 2 days ago or yesterday, the page is for registration, right? So when the event is a past event, we usually upload the video there as well. So yeah, again, that's where you're gonna find us for the next events. Maybe we do another joint one with everyone, maybe something else. But yeah, I hope you guys know where to find stuff. Yeah.
Okay, super cool. So let me stop my share. And well, thank you everyone, and see you soon, hopefully.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Sebi, so much for joining us.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Take care.